It's really not about how to hire a real estate agent. It's all about taking the right steps to ensure that when you go about choosing a real estate agent, you end up being over the moon with that choice. Do it right and you're going to rest easy when you buy or sell your next home. Make the wrong decision and you'll end up kicking yourself in the head. Don't do that. It's really worth taking some time finding the best real estate agent for you. And it doesn't need to be a long and laborious process. Shouldn't be a matter of hiring your friend or your coworker's wife just because she's your coworker's wife. There's a better way to do this. Here's another thing that wouldn't be a good way to go about picking your agent. Picture this. You've been looking at homes on Zillow for, a few months. You've developed a real sense of what you want and what homes are worth and what the perfect house would be for you. And then you see it. Now at this point, maybe you don't have an agent, but you're kind of stuck because you know it's a really bad idea to call the listing agent because they're legally obligated to negotiate in the best interest of the seller, even if they do end up representing you too. So maybe you end up calling the first agent that pops up in a Google search and you hire them because you need to act now. That's kind of like marrying the first person you date after talking to them for a whole 5 minutes. The outcome, it's not going to be very good. So here's 3 questions that'll help you get headed in the right direction. So question number 1 is, how long have you been selling real estate? Just ask the question and listen. Now, keep in mind that you can find a really great agent who's only been selling real estate for maybe 3 years or so. And you can find a terrible agent who's been selling real estate for decades. So why ask the question? Well, here's why. First, it gives you a chance to listen and gauge somebody's confidence level, right? Now, be sure to follow up that question with what other kind of work do you do when you're not selling real estate? You want to find out if this is a part-time agent or a full-time agent. In my humble opinion, you're going to get far superior service from an agent who's been able to feed themselves by working in the profession that you're hiring them for, don't you think? Now, question number 2 is, what are your greatest set of strengths as an agent? I love this question because it allows you to hear about each agent's abilities. Now, if their answers sound a little bit generic, don't hesitate to dig a little deeper. Make sure that you're satisfied that you have the whole story, not just part of the story. And if the agent isn't tech savvy, do they have an assistant who is? Sometimes an older agent might not possess the whiz-bang flashy skills that a younger person does. And in your market, this might really matter to you. And don't discount an older agent who has years under their belt of negotiation and making clients happy. You may come to appreciate having an agent who has the wisdom that comes from seeing through hundreds of transactions as compared to a super techie agent who's only done a dozen or so home sales in their entire career. Now, question number 3 is, do you have a partner who can help me if you're tied up with other business? This is a great question to ask because you want to make sure that you're not left hanging when something urgent comes up. It could be that a great home just hit the market, and we all know it's best to see the home ASAP. The early bird often gets the worm, right? Now, when interviewing an agent, make sure that you take time. Don't rush this. If you've got lots of red flags, make sure to get your concerns addressed before you say, I do. Having a real estate agent is kind of like being married. If the vibe isn't good from the get-go, you could be in for some miserable days ahead. If you pick the right agent to work with, you'll have a friend for life who can be a great resource and a team member when buying or selling any property. And hey, if you're hunting for a real estate agent in the greater Phoenix area, my contact information is down below, and I'd love to talk with you and see if I'm the best real estate agent for you. Make sure to check out my latest video, Should I Sell My House Now, before COVID wrecks the market. And again, thanks for checking out today's video, How to Hire a Real Estate Agent. See ya.